2 interviews and 2 questionnaires, and the job's only 10 hours. Job didn't advertise specific hours, and pay was advertised as competitive. Filled in 2 questionnaires, had 2 interviews, and finally told it is only 10 hours a week and sate 71 an hour. Yet I can't say no if I get an offer because there's nothing else available at the moment. I have a mortgage and I'm down to my last 50. Just needed to rant as I feel like I'm jumping through hoops for barely enough to buy food, let alone pay bills. Sorry you are going through this. Did you get the job? If nothing else comes by, take this one for now. It is better to earn something than earn nothing. If it can get you something to eat, it is still good. Maybe there are some other things you are paying for that you can cut out. People keep telling me it's better to earn something over nothing, but earning something often has a cost too. I'm primarily speaking daycare, so if you are not earning more than the cost of childcare, it's a moot point. Take it for now and keep looking. I'm sorry this is happening to you. Sadly, companies are at an advantage right now with so many people losing their jobs. They can basically lowball a potential employee with no real negotiation because they know the next person will take the offer. 93,309 4 hours ago. It's better to have something on the resume than nothing. I once went through 3 weeks of interviews and proudly and confidently said I expected X amount of dollars per hour, and they went silent. I assumed this was a high-paying job considering the rigmarole to get to this point. 9.25 an hour. I could have jumped off a cliff. There's only job that had offered at the time. I took it, dated it. But they paid me for the 3 weeks I worked there. I slided in with my temporary roles. It was independently contracted anyways, so they will not give me a reference regardless. To reply, share, report, save. Hey, I don't have much advice, but I wanted to just say I'm sorry to hear that. I know things will turn around for you. Sending you positive vibes from across the pond. Really nice to hear something like this. A lot of people overseas just dunk on people from the US for things out of our control, like not having free healthcare. I feel that. Had 2 interviews and a drug test to go, make 8, and her shit is stupid. The drug test is so they pay less on insurance. If you were a drug-free workplace, you pay like 18 less for workman's comp insurance. Did they also ask you where you saw yourself in 5 years? How painful was it not to say somewhere less shit than here? My sympathies and good luck with the job. Remember, there's nothing to stop you carrying on looking if you do get this job. Hey, I'm sorry to hear you're in this position. I'm not the right person to give you job career advice. I joined this sub to get the advice myself, so this isn't a job, although some people can make a decent living out of it. But when I've struggled for cash, I've sold things online. All sorts of different items in loads of different platforms. And when I've struggled for stuff to sell, I've asked around family if they have any unwanted treasures in the shed or attic. Don't get me wrong, it's not a massive earner, but I've been there on my last 30, and the odd 10 or even 5 makes a difference. 8.71. I wonder how they came up with that exact number. I understand your frustration though, however. Are they open to negotiations? I ask for salary range within the first 5 minutes of talking to anyone from the job. I graduated from college last May and still haven't found an adult job, so I've been working at a convenience store off and on for about 3 years now. I've also got a second job at a local grocery store. I have 2 college degrees, one in film and one in advertising. One in The jobs I work now are incredibly horrible hours and have been making me want to break down and cry. I can't do it for much longer. But I can't find any jobs using my degree that I'm qualified for. I can't find any job at all that will even give me an interview in over almost an entire year of trying. I don't know how much longer I can take the jobs I'm working at right now, but I don't know what else to do. Can anyone give me advice, God, please? I'm 28, graduated back in July of 2020 with my bachelor's. Still haven't found a job that pays enough for me to leave my family home. 31 years old, May 2020, graduate. Haven't found a job that pays my mortgage and I have 3 kids. The market is shit, but it's probably better that I have a degree now and am unemployed rather than just unemployed. I graduated last May and I only recently landed a decent job. It literally took almost a year of searching 600 applications and interviewing for 30 different positions to get this far. Literally just keep applying, it is all you can do. Also, don't be afraid to apply for positions that you aren't necessarily 100 qualified for. Typically listings are just list of things they would like but aren't deal breakers. Hutter 4661 Norigo. What did you major in? Form reply share report save. I graduated from college 3rd in my class 20 years ago and still haven't found a grown-up job, so don't feel bad. Do what feels good, not what others expect from you. What do you do for a living? Don't really get the point of people calling it an adult job. Just say full-time or high-paying or something. Being an adult isn't defined by how much money you make or the job you have. What kind of advertising film jobs are you looking for applying to? Do you have a portfolio? You may want to look into freelancing to get some experience, improve your portfolio, and possibly network. My problem right now is this. I have only $8,000 to my name, nothing more. The 2 jobs I work basically only pay me $400 a week. So if I leave those jobs in order to have time to freelance, I won't make enough money to break even and survive. So how can I do free gigs or freelance gigs when I don't have the time to lose that kind of money? Fangura Ford now 13 hours ago this. It took me a while to break into my field. I basically freelanced where I could and even took jobs for free just so I could get some experience to add to a resume and samples to add to a portfolio. Someone will eventually give you a chance to reply share report save. I would think it's easier than ever for filmmakers to make money because of revenue sharing on sites like YouTube. Have you thought about starting a channel and uploading content you create? I had channels over the years, but none of them ever blew up. I'd spend 20 hours making a video that would only get 1,000–2,000 views, if that. Maybe if I pick a new subject I can get a new fan base and start up again. Found an adult job 5 years ago after I graduated college. I've been depressed and miserable ever since. Just take it easy and find a way to be happy. I'm not sure how useful a film degree is. If it makes you feel better. Many adults are in low-paid jobs because they can't find anything to use their degree in. I did some waitressing in my 20s. Also worked drugstore cashier for a while. I went to court reporting school and am still attending online. It was not my first choice of career. I tried nursing classes, but after having my family, I could not continue. An earn program is already very involved, and with 3 small kids, couldn't finish. I also enrolled in college to become a speech pathologist in my state that requires a master's. Take this is sit around to do to your to diseases to why it would have taken too long. If you head over to the subreddit for court reporting, you might find something that piques your interest. A lot of those cars make good money now. Bribed with 4 hours ago, what made you want to go into court reporting? 418 reply share report save. Continue this thread. It's a real tough job market right now. Try to keep the faith and keep applying. This isn't exactly advice, but I just want to say sometimes it just takes time to get that first full-time job that you were willing to put up with, or dream job, or whatever. I realize that is probably pretty unsatisfying as far as comforting words go. I got a degree in music, which I don't regret at all, but after 2 years of hell after college, I landed a job in another industry that interests me a lot. If you are not already, keep track of your job applications in a spreadsheet. Google Sheets works great for this. Link to job posting. Save a Word file of the job posting. It may be taken down by interview time. When did you apply? Current status. When to follow up? How did it end? Etc. Bring a copy of the resume you applied with and a copy of the job posting to the interview, along with a list of questions based on your research. If you can edit video, go to Fiverr and post your profile there. There are never enough proficient YouTube editors, and it will keep your skills fresh. What do you want to do in advertising? Does your resume reflect that? And have you done any internships? There are no general advertising jobs, so tailor your documents accordingly. A strategist resume will be wildly different than an art director's than a media person. You won't listen to me, but I feel I have to say it anyways. A new job will not make you happy. Only you can make you happy. It is all up to you. Don't be like some other people in this thread that regret everything that didn't go perfectly in their lives. Find happiness. I'm not saying be happy. Find it. I constantly see people so stuck in their negative mind frames, lacking gratitude and assuming life should be simpler. Newsflash: it is always hard. Every road you could have taken to this point and from now on will be filled with thorns, pitfalls, and traps. Good luck. It has been proven, though, that money absolutely does buy happiness, though at least until about 70. So it is entirely possible that a new job absolutely will make them happy, especially if they love what they do. I love you. Yes, this. And a high-paying job or full-time job doesn't define adulthood by any means. Gosh, it's so hard. I struggled to find a job for 2 years. For 18 months, I was working a job I hated, and I got so close on a lot of jobs but didn't get hired. It's such a tough market, but I'd say leverage your experience and honestly put everything remotely related to the job you're reapplying for on your resume. Like apply to customer-facing jobs, especially sales jobs. You have so much of that experience. Hey, not sure if this makes you feel better or worse, but I finished school in 2015 and just got a real job 2 weeks ago. My job is relevant to my degree, and even though I love it, I honestly didn't think it would take this long to get a decent paying job in my field. I will tell you that if you want to become successful in your field, you really have to work your ass off unless you know someone or you like to be a kiss ass. I started from the very bottom, and I've wanted the job I have now for so long, but not really sure if it is worth it. I guess what I'm trying to say is it takes time, and you should try to find something that isn't stressful in the meantime, because the anxiety isn't worth it. How did you break in the industry you wanted to work in and stay motivated to apply? It takes time. Multiple college degrees pay off. Find something extremely entry-level your field. Look for reception clerical only in anything remotely your expertise related. I was 24, fresh out of 2 degrees and little experience in 2002, right after 9/11. Everything froze. 6 months of looking. Moved to a part-time job in education. I went reception, part-time teacher, full-time teacher, lead teacher, vice principal, admissions director, marketing strategy, international admissions. Unemployed now for over 2, will have ups and downs. Hey, I think I have good advice. I have struggled with underemployment for a couple of years, but have been taking any opportunity to take on new responsibilities, learn, and gain connections. I've done a couple of internships on top of working full-time and offered media marketing services to nonprofits free of charge. This helped build a portfolio, and in media and advertising, your portfolio and connections are your marketability, not just a degree. They also were very open to working with my schedule because I was doing it as a volunteer effort. I also took a job in a small business where I knew I could accept more responsibilities and really learn new skills. Now, for the first time, I have multiple interviews coming up for appropriate level jobs. It's easy to be discouraged, but don't forget, your career is a long road, and take every opportunity you can find to make it work for you. You are your best advocate and asset, and your current employers will want to keep you in your place for their own convenience, but you can always find time to get the needed work in. I know it because I work 45 hours a week, am married, and still have been grinding. It's the long game also. I recommend taking an online course in career management, aka gaining control of your own career growth. LinkedIn Premium has some helpful material and you can do a free 30-day trial and display your portfolio there. You can do it. Or 5 hours ago, all else fails. My brother makes good money from TikTok. 418 reply share report save. I graduated in June and just started a full-time job. I was in a similar position to yours for months and months. I got the job I currently have through my university's alumni network. Seriously, my biggest advice to you is to reach out to people who you have some connection to, alumni of your university, employees of a company you interned with, colleagues of friends and family. Don't be afraid to ask for referrals and highlight that connection and ask to speak with them about their career path and their advice. Ask them if they know of any opportunities and to let you know if they come across any, and then ask if they know anyone else you could speak to. I know it's hard during COVID, but you can still do networking calls and Zoom meetings. Especially in uncertain times, people are more comfortable hiring people they have some connection to, so it's so important to network. Believe me, I despise networking, but it got me a job. Keep looking for jobs every chance you get. Some people will say apply a lot. I'll say keep looking for the jobs you actually want to do and work hard on those apps, mainly by tailoring your resume to them. And you might think that's hard with limited experience, but it really isn't. Think hard and pick out the most relevant aspects of your jobs to put in your resume as bullets. The same job can be described a dozen ways depending on which skills from it you are trying to highlight. In my application for a food safety inspector, my description of my retail jobs focus as much as possible on any food safety aspects of it. In my application for an analyst, those same jobs revolved around the data analysis part of them. I genuinely feel that fewer high-quality apps will make you interviews faster than hundreds of more generic apps. So look for jobs daily, pick out the ones you really like, tailor your applications for them and fire away. If there's not too many jobs you like, try to think strategically. Which jobs could you be applying to that will get you closer to the jobs you really want? Think different jobs in the same industry. Think similar jobs in different industries. Anything that will get you closer to the goal. Don't forget about government jobs or jobs at educational institutions around you. Sometimes they won't necessarily be indexed by the job boards, but generally each state university system will have a job website. Look at federal jobs too, though keep applying. The application process there takes forever. Also, don't get stuck on your degrees and what they make you qualified for. In the sense, don't think that just because you don't have a degree in field, that you can't get a job in field. Depending on what jobs you are interested in, there are skills that you gained in your education that will translate, be useful at other jobs in other fields. Be prepared to start in a more entry-level role though until you get the experience that will enable you to move up. If all that doesn't work, you may need to expand your search geographically and be prepared to move, have a long commute at least in the short term, but keep working towards the goal. It ain't gonna be easy, but it can be rewarding when you get that job that doesn't make you want to cry. I've got an MA and I was stuck in retail for 4 years, so I understand your frustration. I would share your resume with a resume and then make tweaks and apply again. You can also freelance during your free time. There are sites like Fiverr where you can freelance. Ops should definitely start here. Ironing out the creases is by far the most important stepping stone, and I hope Op does this.
Like and subscribe for more Reddit content. Watch the next video at the top of your screen.